guys, so we're gonna cook Mimi's food today. Yes, Mimi, we're cooking your food. So we're gonna show you how we cook her food, what we put in it, and how much we put in it. Yeah? And so we're gonna show you our secret recipe of Mimi's food. And now we are going to start cooking, right, Mimi? So I have to put you down. Excuse me, no, I have to put you down. So now, okay, let's start. So these are 2 kilos of horse meat. So right here, look. This is 2 kilos of horse meat. We only buy 2 kilos of horse meat because we have a very small freezer. Let me show you. We don't have a lot of space. Look, we don't have a lot of space in the freezer. So once a week we make her food, or every 9 days we make her food. So that's why we always buy 2 kilos, because we know that's what it fits in our freezer. Because we also need human food in there, not just dog food. I mean, we're dog people, but let's not exaggerate. So why horse meat? So why do I use horse meat? Well, I use horse meat because Mimi's allergic to nearly everything. Mainly canned food. We haven't tried to cook the food for the meat that you buy at the store, like fresh meat. But we know, for example, 100% horse meat fresh works, because otherwise she gets problems with her digestion, and then she gets sick, and then she ends up having pancreatitis, and so it's all like a chain reaction. So we found out that the horse meat is the best option for her. And a lot of dogs who are allergic, a lot of doctors recommend horse meat, actually. So it's apparently very good for the dogs. And so we put 2 zucchinis in here, in the horse meat, because we put 30% vegetables and fruits in the horse meat mixed in, right? Because she needs vitamins and all of that kind of stuff. And we put also half a cucumber, and we put 2 of these pears, 2 pears, and we will experiment a little today. We'll put 1 kiwi for just today's experimentation, 1 kiwi. So this, and then we have, if you come over here, I will show you, we have all these supplements that you have to put, because when you make it yourself, you have to put in the correct supplements, otherwise your dog has a lot of deficiency. So this supplement is boost for the immune system, and it gives, it has like different herbs inside, different herbs, and so you put it inside, it's like a powder. So this is like a powder, and that's what we use. We use 1 spoon of those in 2 kilos, or sometimes a bit more. And then I put this as well, because since she has problems with the digestion, I put these digestion enzymes inside, because it helps her to break down the food, and so it's easier for her to digest the food. So I put this inside. Then I put the carrots, these type of carrots, which you have to then, sorry, it's everything in German. So these carrots, because I noticed for some odd reason when I put in fresh carrots, they don't have the same effect as these carrots. This must be from part of the carrots, some extract they put, but it's all fresh carrots. They just dry them. So what you do is you put them in water, so hot water, like boiling water, like you would be making a tea, and then you put them inside, and we put about, let's say, 5 to 6 spoons of carrots. I will do that. That's one of the first things I do, because they have to stand for about 15 minutes, and then they bloat up, and then you can mix them in with the food. If you don't do that, your dog won't be able to digest them, and it could actually cause a blockage in their stomach if you don't mix it in with water. Yeah? So, sorry, my hat keeps falling back. forward so you can't see me. So this is another supplement we have right here, and this is for the also for like is this diet is called barf diet, raw meat diet. But for Mimi, because we noticed that she doesn't like it raw because she's a weirdo, and she doesn't eat raw meat. She's weird like that. Believe me, I've tried. We use the same concept as if it would be a barf diet, just that we cook the meat. And this is another supplement you have to use in this barf diet. It has, algae and different herbs and all of that. So, you have the right amount of supplements, again, from everything, a bit, vitamin A, vitamin B, calcium, for the bones, for the dog. And so, you don't get any problems for, when you're doing that. And then we usually also have, and this is cannabis oil I put inside as well, so for digestion purposes, and it's good also for the coat, but you have to make sure it's the one to cook for dogs, okay? So don't just buy any cannabis oil. And so that's basically it. Usually we also put a bit of couscous or quinoa, or also another thing that we put inside to get it from the fridge is the eggs. That's also one of the things we put inside our eggs. So these are the eggs, bio eggs. So biological eggs. Okay, and so I will also, before I start preparing everything, I will show you what we put Mimi's food in to freeze in the freezer. Because we do it so often, we bought these biodegradable bags, because we do it once a week. And in the beginning, when the first 2 times we were doing the food, we noticed that we throw a lot of plastic bags away because, we don't use them again because you can't, because it's not hygienic. So we were throwing them in the trash. So we thought we buy these biodegradable bags, and then you wash them. You wash them every time you use them, put them back in the freezer, and then for the next time that you're doing the food, you can put the meat back inside. So then you're being also environmentally friendly, and at the same time you're saving money because you're not throwing away your plastic bags. So good investment. So let me put this over here. So let me start. First, I'm going to start with the carrots, to put them in the water, like I said, because otherwise we will have to wait for the carrots. But actually, let me put, sorry, I'm a bit disorganized. Let me put the water on. So I can start by opening this, the meat. So I already come in these little plastic bags that we buy in a dog shop here close to our house, funny enough on the same street. So we buy these. Let me just cut this open and then throw it away. Sorry, a bit disgusting because you can see blood, so people who don't like blood don't look. And so let me just put this here. So let me throw this away. Throw it away. And now we put also this again. We open. Just to repeat again, sorry I keep repeating myself, but these are 2 kilos of horse meat. Now I made the whole floor dirty. We'll have to clean later. It's just full of blood. Okay, so let me put that in. So, and then when we're done with all the meat and all of that, cutting the vegetables and putting all in this together in this bowl, we put them in these souffle type of forms right here. Yeah, and then we put them in the oven. And then I can't forget to turn on the oven. I usually put it to like 200, or let's make it to 180. 180 for about 20 minutes. I mean, it depends, you know, about 20-15 minutes for it. Ah, there's another piece of plastic. Aish, I didn't throw away everything. So disorganized today. Okay, so this is the meat. It looks kind of gross. So let me now start. We have to wait for the water still. Meanwhile, I get my vegetable plate here. That's not meant to happen. Sorry, guys. So I'm gonna get this plate right here. I mean, people say you should peel the skin of the vegetables. I personally don't, okay? So, sorry about my hat again, it keeps falling forward. I personally don't peel the vegetables because Mimi doesn't seem to have a problem with the skin. So I don't peel them. Some dogs sadly don't digest the skin, so you just have to try whatever your dog, you know, what is the right thing for your dog. Okay, so I cut this like this, and I cut the end also off, and I cut them into little pieces like that. Into round things. I personally have to cut them a bit smaller because Mimi not always will eat the zucchini if they're too big. I know she's weird. She's just very picky with her. She doesn't want to chew so much. So I always usually cut them like in fours, like so once in half and then again, so like in quarters. And that's then enough. Like this. And then again like this. And so I already put some stuff. I cut all the zucchinis like you can see. Let me just separate them like this. Cut the zucchinis, and the kiwi and the pear and the cucumber are also gonna go inside. Oops. So like I said, it is 30% is fruit and vegetables, 5% is carbohydrates, and the rest is the meat. So we give Mimi portions, so she gets 300 grams a day, yeah? So she gets 150 in the morning and 150 at night. Okay, so now, because I didn't do the shopping list correctly in my head, I had it in my head but not written down, so I forgot. So we improvise. So this is harina pan, which is corn flour, I guess you could say, that we use for making in Venezuela arepas. Like you can see the beagles right there, always looking, you know, if something drops on the floor. So this we use to make it a bit more firm, so then it's easier when it comes in the souffle to cut, so then you can cut little pieces, yeah? So we're gonna use just a little bit, like this, like a little bit, and then we just keep putting more if we need to. Okay, maybe it's a bit more. A bit more. If we need to, we put more. Okay, and then Mimi's going to add something. Okay, let me just get out the water. There's still water in here. Or we just put it in with the water. So these are the carrots, yeah? Okay, so now we put in, these are the carrots. So now we put in, yeah, this one, which is the algae. So here I put like this, a bit more, like this. We close it, we put it back. Always important to keep everything that is for your dog in one place, because then you never use something that is not for your dog. So this is the digestive enzymes. Okay, we also put, I since I've been doing this a lot, I kind of already in my head know how much. So I would say this you use 1 gram, so like 5 grams for 9. So it says here teaspoon, 1 teaspoon for a 10-kilo dog. Okay, so you use about, let's say, for every meal, one day you use 1 teaspoon. So this is for 9 meals. So we put a lot more. Mimi, excuse me, she's barking. I don't know what's going on. She heard something. And so it's already inside. Oh no, wait, I forgot this. So now we put the roots inside. You know, I always have problems with the child locks. I swear I'm not stupid, but I am the type of person that when they have child locks, I'm always like, so anyway, maybe it's because when I was a baby, my parents didn't have child locks. So, I don't know. Anyway, we put it here, a bit more here. Okay, we put it here. Sorry, my hat keeps falling forward. So now we put the oil. Yes, the oil. This I put like 10 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, I am a master already. I know how much. I'm so good at this. Sorry, just have to tap myself on the shoulder. Okay, so this is the part that I don't really like. I can't. Okay. I don't know why, but this is so gross to me. This is really gross. I don't know. I just don't like touching raw meat. But because, you know, Mimi can't make her own food, I have no choice. So this is basically, sadly today kind of turned very watery. You know what we forgot now? Wait, I will do it in a second. We did it here. We mixed it in. Let's put some more farina bun. So we put 4 eggs. Let me just quickly wash my hands. We put for every kilo 2 eggs. So we put inside a complete of, guys do the math, 4 eggs. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. I swear I have broken eggs before. I'm not like not. Okay, so how many do we have? 3. And now we have 4. Sorry, I just like counting so I know that how much I have inside. Okay, now we put some more in a pan because we have sadly quite a lot of water this time. I think I put too much water for the carrots, but okay. So It's a bit much, but it's just to absorb the moisture. And now again, this is so I don't know why, but this is so gross. It just looks like I don't know. This is just like no, I don't like this. This gives me chills. But because Mimi can't make her own food, so I have to sacrifice my today. Sadly, very moist. Yeah. So now we're nearly done, and we will put it here. I will just take it with my hands because they're already dirty. In the containers we're putting it. I'm just spreading it. Next container, and then we put here. See, I already know how much fits in every container. I'm just simply a genius at this. Okay, so this meat is also mixed a bit more, you think? Okay, we put a bit more. Okay, so we have here, and now we have the third one, which is goose meat. It's a bit, the third one, this will be exactly the last one, and then we have everything already inside. Okay, so exactly about 3 containers. Look guys, we are exactly on the mark. Okay, so let me just wash my hands and then I will put it in the oven. Okay, so let me open the door from the oven. Okay, so let's put it in the oven. Ooh. I know, I probably will have to. No. So, we're done putting it in the oven, so for now, about 20 minutes, this will be cooking in the oven, and then we take it out, and then we wait until it cools down, and then we put in the little bags. So for now, we just wait. So we're back again, and we're gonna take out now Mimi's food from the oven. Let me get gloves. Look, I like these gloves because they have cats. Look, I will show you. And dogs. I got this from one of my closest friends as a birthday gift. They have cats and dogs. So we close this now. And here we take it like this. Yeah. Ow. And here. Hi guys, so now we're going to put them in these biodegradable bags, like I said before. So I cut a piece. Usually I'm pretty good at figuring out how much 150 grams are. So you can see, let's turn it around. So we 73, okay, so we need to go here. So no. This is too much, no? It's 160. Okay, so this is perfect. Sometimes it's a bit over, but about 150 grams. So we then take this bag and we put it in here. We put it back, close it. Tell you, I struggle with locks. Here I put it here, then the next one again. The next one again, we put it in here. 83. This spoon is better. We then use here. See, that's 125. And that's 154, so that's good. So now I take them, because I put them in here to defreeze. So I will then again. Okay, put it, close it. Yes. And then these two, I will start putting them in the freezer. So look, they go up here. So we're now done about cutting this. I won't bore you with more cutting in the video. So why do I do this food? Well, it's better for her. She eats it with much more joy. She gets really happy when she gets this food instead of when she eats dry food. She gets very sad. She usually doesn't eat it. And also it's cheaper than the other canned food I used to have, because I used to get special canned food. So it's much cheaper, and I just like it more because I know what's in it, and then it's much easier for me to then, if she reacts to something, to change it than if I had dry food, because then I would have to change again the whole dry food or the whole can again. So basically we're done for today. So thank you for tuning in and listening to me rambling about Mimi's food, and enjoy.